Welcome back to Bespoke Attic. This is another pair. I'm definitely, well, they're already listed on eBay UK. I'm definitely selling these. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful things. I did wrestle for a long time with the idea of selling these. I really love them. I love the styling. They're in such spectacular condition, but they're just a little bit too big for me. Let me just remind myself. I think they're a 10. UK 10E, which is it's mostly just a little bit wide for me. If they were narrower, I would definitely 100% be keeping these. These are Foster and Son, but they're made by Edward Green. Edward Green made these for Foster and Son. Just spectacular. It's the highest level of English ready-to-wear making, quite frankly, in Northampton. They have many, many bespoke qualities, these shoes, and everything about them, to those that are familiar with looking at silhouettes and shoe construction, would know these are Edward Green. But if you need more confirmation, then the sole itself, that's Edward Green's stamp. It doesn't read it, we've made in England, but Edward Green always put this semicircle in front of the heel, and they do their nail pattern on the heel in batches of three. There's three. That's very, very, very Edward Green. 100% Edward Green. For Foster and Son. Beautiful things. It also has Edward Green's writing inside. Yeah, these in the UK, these are called correspondent shoes, and in the US they call them spectators or spectator shoes. The history goes from, I believe it was news correspondents used to wear these, and when people went to the horse racing in the US, the spectators they wore this type of thing. That was going back historically, so probably to the 1920s. Now, I have to point out that there's a mark on the vamp of this one. It's not a stain. What alcohol was spilled to drink, and when it was wiped off, it took some of the original colour out. There's no actual staining. It's not a stain of red wine. I've made no attempt to re-dye that. It's just literally, it's not damaged the skin. It's just pulled some of the colour off, and I've just never bothered to get the correct colour match, and just sort of, I would, if I were doing that, I'd use cotton buds and just have a little tiny bit of. I would use alcohol-based dye. I definitely wouldn't use a vinyl or an acrylic dye. The dye needs to sink in and the alcohol will sink in. And I wouldn't do the whole thing. I'd just do a patch. I've just never done it. And they would sell easier if I had, but I've already listed these, and I've just worn them like that. And there's quite a lot of photographs on me on Bespoke Attic of me wearing this pair. And that mark has never bothered me. It is what it is. It could easily be dressed out. But I've just never bothered. It never bothered me at all. But just let's have a look inside. If the camera, it's quite dark. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but the condition of these is just superb. I'll be sorry to see them go, but I do have similar pairs in similar condition that fit me just that bit better. So I'm just going to have to wave goodbye to these, and they're on eBay UK. They're listed at no reserve, and I will be. I'll find the eBay listing number, and I'll put that with this post. Beautiful things. They'll definitely find a home where they get used and enjoyed. I've enjoyed them, but because now I've got pairs that fit me that little bit better, these will never really get worn again, which is a shame. So it's time for somebody else to enjoy them.